Let's speak about Workhorse, baby! What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And on the screen right in front of you is Workhorse's stock chart. And look, we saw some green. What? We saw some green? We're green pre-market again today. What is happening? This is not how things are supposed to work. A couple of things I want to primarily speak about in today's video, okay? One, of course, is the price action, where I see the price going over the next literal few days, and if I'm planning on buying more at current prices, because I have to say, it's looking very attractive. I want to speak about what has actually changed with this company and what has not changed since we've been $30+ a share. I of course want to speak about the fact that ARK Invest is buying more Workhorse to the tune of 96,300 shares to be exact. And I also want to speak a little bit about this article just because I thought it was quite funny. It came out yesterday. Fuzzy Panda Research's take on Workhorse Group is just silly. And of course I was involved in this, so we'll speak about it briefly. I just want to say from the start, guys, I didn't buy anything yesterday and I more than likely won't buy anything today. Why? The US presidential elections, baby. I expect the markets to be crazy in one way or the other, and I'd rather just wait it out an extra day or two and feel a little bit safer investing my hard-earned money into Workhorse or any other company. So guys, right before we get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? If you are indeed new around here, please consider hitting that juicy red subscribe button as well and joining the family of investors. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the video, my friends. I really would appreciate that. But first of all, I have some incredible proof that Workhorse got the USPS contract. I got this YouTube comment recently. Now, don't ask me why it's in Photoshop. I just put it there to make it bigger on the screen, that's all. But it was from a user called A Very Real Name only a few seconds ago, and he just told me, check my email. I have proof Workhorse got the contract. I don't know how he changed the YouTube comment font, but he did, and he also got 490 likes in 3 seconds. That's a good like ratio. So of course, I'm going to go ahead and check my email. Okay, so they started off like this. My friend, greetings. I have 100% proof that Workhorse, #1 company in universe, got the USPS contract. My third cousin lives in New Guinea. She knows a man who works for their local post office, the New Guinea Post Office General Master Corp Office of Goodness. She explained to me, one of the old workers recently moved from America. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Here is where things get interesting. He had a pet snake and had to sell that snake before moving to his new homeland. New Guinea doesn't let you bring in American snakes, sadly. I don't know why, New Guinea, come on, fix that. But anyway, the snake was picked up in a UPS van. Shaking with anger, he asked, why is it not a USPS van? The question we all would ask in that situation. The worker said it's because USPS just burned down all of their vehicles at once in order to make room for a new fleet, listen, of 100% electric vehicles. Followed by a wink wink. Oh, what? This is 100% proof. Buy more today before it's too late. P.S. I hate your videos. Dislike on sub. So I mean, this is a really legitimate email and it's definitely a basis to go and invest in Workhorse. But guys, I made this email just to show you how easy it is to make an email like this or to make a comment like this. I have seen so many comments as of late from people saying they've spoken to somebody in the USPS or somebody who spoke to their USPS driver. And I've heard people say that they've guaranteed Workhorse got 25% of the contract or 0% or 100% or 75% or 50%. Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't believe anything I hear or read on YouTube or in the YouTube comment section without doing the research myself, especially if it's actually in regards to the USPS contract, my friends, okay? You are not going to find out about it on this channel, on YouTube, on the comment section, anywhere. You're going to find out about it from the USPS. I just realized my screen is still too big. I'll make myself a bit smaller. But I did just make this just to point out that anybody on the internet can say anything, especially if they have an agenda to push. Now I know you're going to say that's essentially what I do. I'm a YouTuber, I speak about stocks, but you know, I try to at least somewhat back up the claims that I make. So sadly, I don't believe that this email is actually 100% proof that the USPS contract has been awarded to Workhorse in 100%, but who knows, maybe this person knows everything. So next thing, some real stuff to go through. The price action. Well, we got a green day. How good does that feel? Our last green day was 3.1%. This one was 4.1. The one before that was 0.84. This is the best day we saw in quite a while. Now, it's come off the back of some absolutely horrific days. We were down over 50% from the absolute peaks, I do believe. So 4.1% isn't really the biggest move in the world as of right now, okay? I mean, just look at that 6-month chart. Now, what I'd also want to show you on that 6-month chart, it'll actually be better if I get you a different chart. I want to show you guys a few months worth of Workhorse's stock price. So this here is the price that we hit. We had absolute lows of about 15, 13. And if you just go back a month or two in time, most of you will remember this period of time, where for a long time we traded between, the high 14s and pretty much the low 17s, maybe high 16s. These are very interesting price points, and look, we pretty much come right down into this period of consolidation. Now, I don't claim to be a chart guy, I don't claim to be a technical analysis guy, you all know this on the channel, but I mean, anybody who's ever looked at a chart in their life will recognize a pattern somewhat like this. You often come down, test the recent lows before going back up in value, potentially. Obviously, that doesn't happen all of the time, or else everybody would just buy now because it would be guaranteed money. But I think we're at really, really interesting price points. And you guys have probably heard me say multiple times on my channel and other channels at this stage, I would heavily consider buying a lot more Workhorse if we ever hit $15 again. And we did that. And did I buy more? No, but hear me out. It's because of the overall condition of the market. It's because of the US elections literally being today. If we had have hit $15, back here somewhere, when the market was in normal conditions, when the market was in bullish conditions, you bet I would have bought a lot. But right now, we're in a bear market, okay? The broader market is sold off close to 10%. Never mind just a Workhorse or a high risk, high spec, high growth play. The broader market has been crashing. So we're in the midst of a bear market as of this moment in time, okay? We are. And the presidential election is literally today, and the Roni has been getting worse in a lot of places. So when I was saying I would buy at 15, that was under normal market conditions. These are not normal market conditions. Now, that does not mean that I won't buy here. And in fact, if things start to get better, I would be happy to buy in the 16s, 17s, even 18s, 19s, 20s. But until things get better, right now I think we're just trying to catch a falling knife. Now, I do think right here is very much so close to the bottom. I do think, sadly, we could potentially dip a little bit lower, 100%, just because of the given market. But that does not mean that I have to buy right now. It also doesn't mean I have to try and time the market, but I'm just biding my time. I am being patient. This is the biggest position in my portfolio. If it wasn't, okay, I would have bought more at these prices. In my mind, I've already made a full position in this company, so it's going to have to be really, really good value for me to be willing to buy more. Do you get that? I mean, you can't just buy a stock every single time you think it's of good value, unless you have unlimited money, which I certainly don't. So I do think we're at super, super interesting price points, and the fact that ARK Invest has been buying more to the tune of nearly 100,000 shares, we're up to about 850,000-ish shares as of right now. That did definitely help give me a little bit of a confidence boost, I must admit. Now, this could simply be portfolio rebalancing. That could be all it is. If you look through these buy and sells, look, there is a lot of buys and a lot of sells across a lot of different companies. So it could simply be some portfolio management. But with that being said, if it was, you wouldn't buy. You would buy more of other companies to bring this company a bit lower. Even if it was portfolio management, you don't buy nearly 100,000 shares worth of a company just to balance that portfolio, if you don't believe in them at the very least. Now, I do think, and hopefully I'm not going to jinx this, we could start moving up again relatively soon. Now, I also think there could be one or two more big red days in there. Again, that's why I'm not rushing into anything, but it has been a bloodbath pretty much, for a month. I mean, we peaked out around the 18th to 21st of September. We had a big dip. We'll all remember this. We went flying back up. We had a big dip. We went flying back up. And then really, since the 12th of October, that's when this big crash started happening. I do think our time will come relatively soon for Workhorse investors. I do think things are going to start looking up soon, okay? So that's where I'm standing with price points. I mean, I'm happy to buy at 16. I'm going to be happy to buy at 20. I very much so would. Keep in mind, guys, I bought Workhorse at $24. I also bought them in the 14s and 15s. But keep that in mind, so of course I'd be happy to buy at these prices. With that being said, I understand the risks. I understand how much we could go down in price if we get none of the contract. I understand the speculative nature of this company. If you don't understand all of those things, this isn't for you. But if you've done the research, done the due diligence, and you can handle that, it may well be for you. Next up, an article from Investor Place. Now, I've made my stance on these guys clear in the past, but I thought this one was funny. Fuzzy Panda Research's take on Workhorse Group is just silly. Let's get something straight. I don't care how sure Fuzzy Panda is about his short position in Workhorse. If you, Mr. Average Investor, are dumb enough to listen to an organization that goes by the name of Fuzzy Panda, you deserve everything bad that happens to you on this particular stock. Jeez, this guy's going in. I mean, this guy wasn't even attacked by Fuzzy Panda. I wasn't even that mean to them. Now, they also go on to say, or quote an article from a few days ago, an investment in Workhorse is all about the future and potential for growth. And this is something I've been trying to say for literally so long on the channel, my friends. I mean, only a couple of videos ago, I said nobody invested in Workhorse for the Q3 earnings that are coming up now. I expect them to be bad, and I think a lot of investors do as well. An investment in Workhorse now is an investment for the future. The big prize is the USPS contract, okay? That's why we're in them now. That's why a lot of us were buying these guys what, 4, 5, 6 months ago for some people, is because of the USPS contract. That is the prize we get now for buying in nice and early. But even if Workhorse loses out or lands just a part of the order, a small part, the time for EV is here, and Workhorse is in a position to take advantage of that on the commercial delivery front, and I think that is incredibly important to understand. Literally from day one, I have been saying that Workhorse is more than a USPS contract. I don't know how many times you guys have heard me say that now. They are a company, and a company that I think is in prime position to grow regardless. Now don't get me wrong, the USPS contract is why I am in this stock at current prices. If the USPS contract didn't exist, I would not be buying at current prices, no way. There are also other catalysts beside the USPS, yeah, loads of them, every single one of which I've covered on this channel numerous times. So they go on to say, at current prices, this could be a good opportunity to hop on the Workhorse stock train. And if Workhorse lands that long delayed USPS contract, even the 2020 all-time highs for Workhorse shares are going to seem cheap. And I won't argue. I mean, I know that $30 seems like it was so long ago, but keep in mind, we were there less than a month ago pretty much. I think if we get a considerable portion of this contract, we smash through those previous all-time highs. And this time, we stay above them. So of course, I think this is a good price point. But again, it's an extremely risky, extremely volatile company. Just keep that in mind. I cannot stress that enough to you guys. I am able for it. I am not going to lose sleep if Workhorse loses another 20-30%. I'm going to be absolutely fine. But I do think we get 50+% of that contract, which I do think is a real possibility. I mean, that's what I'm investing for. We shoot past all-time highs. Just as quick as we come down, we're going to go up twice as quick, 3 times as quick in my opinion. It's a matter of time though. Let's keep in mind, we expect this contract to be announced by the end of the year. I would fully expect it to be announced before Christmas. I mean, you're not really going to announce it at Christmas, are you? So that gives us what? 7 weeks? 7 more weeks of volatility, 7 more weeks of holding, maybe buying some of the dips. 7 more weeks. I mean, a lot of us have been in here for 4 or 5 months. We can handle another 7 weeks. I definitely can anyway. But guys, that was a little update. I just think it's awesome to see ARK Invest buying more. It's going to fill a lot of retail investors. It's going to fill me and you with confidence. I love seeing the fact that we could be looking at 2 green days in a row. Something we haven't seen for quite a while. I know here we technically did, but I mean, it was 5.17%. Off the back of a very quick 27% dip. We could actually see some considerable green relatively soon. Now, things to look out for, of course, the election. Let's see how today goes. Let's see what market sentiment is like. Let's see if the S&P and the Nasdaq can go nice in the green. If they do, it's going to be a good sign in my opinion that Workhorse and some of the other trailing EVs will as well. You know, even our Teslas, our Hyliions, our Rides, our Lordstown motors. But that's what I'm waiting for, my friends. I want to see what happens today, tomorrow, towards the end of the week. But anyway, guys, just a little quick update on this company right here that is Workhorse. You know we love these guys. If you enjoyed today's video, took some value, some entertainment maybe, could I please ask you to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and drop me a comment, guys. Let me know where you stand on Workhorse. Are you still bullish? Where do you stand? Well, anyway, my friends, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for another video very soon. Peace.